Hello, my name is Hoster and Fire, and welcome to something a tiny bit different today. Because, frankly, I'm going to do a bit of a review of Space Pirates and Zombies 2. Because, here's the thing, I was originally trying to figure out how I can make a Let's Play of this game, because I was playing, whoa, what was that? I was playing it a little bit, and I realized that the game really does not lend itself to Let's Plays, actually. Like, its pacing is, like, really weird, I guess. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but its pacing is definitely weird, and it's not good, and it's not really good for a Let's Play. So, generally speaking, I determined that, well, instead, I'm going to play through most of the game, and then I'm going to review it a little bit. I'm going to give you some pointers and my recommendation, and we'll see how that goes. And maybe I'll do this for games in the future. Mostly older games, probably, but still, I might do this in the future, my point. Anyway, alright, so one thing to note about Space Pirates, stop doing that. The one thing to note about Space Pirates and Zombies 2 is that it is in early access. So it is not so technically the game is not complete. But the game is largely complete, all things considered. The game is largely complete at this point. What is it? I've even forgotten their names. What are their names? I can't remember. Min-Max Games. They've actually managed to make they've actually managed to release a after 3.5 years, largely managed to release a largely complete game. And I greatly appreciate that, because you usually don't see that from indie developers who take advantage of Steam Early Access. You know, a lot of them release their games like way too early, and then never finish the game never finish the game in the end. And that's really aggravating, at least in my honest opinion. One other thing of note as I start the game here, as you may recall, actually, this is the first game I ever played on my YouTube channel. Space Pirates and Zombies, I mean. That is the first game I ever played on my YouTube channel. You know, which is saying something. Because this Total War itself was something of an accident. Like, I intended to do it from the start, but I didn't think it would become my go-to thing. I didn't think that the series would actually work overall. And so I originally wanted to do a lot more random games, and just inadvertently ended up, like, kind of sticking myself in a bit of a niche, really, without meaning to. But Space Pirates and Zombies 2 is a game I've been looking forward to as a result for a very long time. So let's get to it. I'm just gonna try to. I'm gonna see if I can play a bit without getting super confused while talking. I just bit my own tongue. Ow, that was not a very comfortable sensation. Let's see. Yeah, Jimmy's mom is screwed. All right. So anyway, let me get my little list of pointers here. Let me make all the sounds in the world as I do that. As I just bump everything on my desk doing that. So first of all, the game has gotten immense visual upgrades compared to the original game. It's no longer a top-down 2D shooter. It's sort of a pseudo 3D experience now. You'll see in a moment. It's sort of a pseudo 3D experience as opposed to a 2D experience. And I think that's to the game's credit, because you get to really see a lot more of the ships. You get to see, there's a sense of scale. There's a sense that that ships actually have a shape. They actually have like a vertical axis as well as a horizontal one now, and it looks much better. Truth be told, it looks way better than the original game in that respect, and that's something I appreciate immensely, because as much as I like the original perspective of Space Pirates and Zombies, it definitely lost something in translation with the top-down perspective, in part because, of course, space has 3 dimensions and has multiple, space has 3 dimensions, and and if you can't see that, it's kind of weird, truth be told. Also, as you can tell, the game, frankly, is very nice visually. You have all the. Yeah, you have all these details in the background like you had in the original game, and that is very easy to appreciate. I mean, look at the backgrounds there. There's a black hole there. You have all these asteroids around. Visually the game is very impressive. That ship survived. How did that ship survive? What the heck? Did you see all those micro missiles? I thought they would have annihilated that ship for sure. You know, but also all the minor details, all the missiles that go flying out when you launch an attack. You know, when you launch like those pulses there, all the space junk and debris, the fighters flitting around, and the little like engine trails. That, you know, it's all fantastic. It looks, you know, it really makes for a very rich visual experience for the game. You know, when things explode, you know, the explosions are very quick, very clear, very concise. You know, they don't linger or anything, unless like a mothership is exploding. It all looks phenomenal, basically. Right? Gameplay-wise, the game also is, gameplay-wise, the game is also very, Jimmy's mom, you don't have to be my wingman anymore. That's okay, Jimmy's mom. You don't have to be my wingman. You can go recover because you have run out of res and you are really badly battered right now. What's going on over here? Someone's fighting. I don't know if my people are, I think my people lost there. Hey, what? Captain Dictator? No. I don't care about Captain Dictator. Dr. Cracker is who I'm interested in. Sorry, I had to interrupt that for a bit because I am choking a bit, and it's not a very pleasant sensation. I had snacked on something earlier, and apparently it was too dry to have before I started this recording. Whoopsie. Maybe I should have seen that coming. Honestly, I should have seen that coming. But, I am a genius. I am absolutely a genius. I like to make sounds like I'm dying in the middle of recordings. That's just something I do automatically. Anyway, gameplay. All right, so you've seen me fight some of these raids here, and buddy. Oh, buddy, you're Virtual Linda. You're out of res. Why is everyone out of res? I mean, I have lots of res actually. I could probably just give you the res you really need, but oh. Fuxor there is a little beat up, isn't he? Everyone is out of res! I need a wingman so I can invade the system here, and then everything will be fine. Ms. Kilcobbs. Okay. You know what? Ms. Kilcobbs, you have 71 res. You're my wingman. We are attacking this system, alright? So we're attacking the starbase of whatever his name was. I can't remember. I don't know who joined the fight just now. Hopefully not one of the stronger guys. Okay, we gotta stay away from the starbase. Okay. Ah, great. He has no wingmen or anything. Oh gosh, my frame rate is tanking right now because there's so much on screen. Oh my gosh. It's tanky because I'm recording as well, by the way. The game would run fine if I wasn't recording at this exact moment. You know, because the game actually does run very, very well. And it does start to choke a bit. Like, I think it has, like, kind of low specifications, so, in terms of, like, the cores it uses and everything. So it does choke a bit, regardless, but this is definitely because I am recording, actively recording right now. My wingman there is, Miss Kilcobbs, was it? Yeah, she's Kilcobbs, or whatever it was. Yeah, definitely not having a good time right now, because she's attacking that space station head-on, without any support, and that's no good. That is no bueno. AI could use a little work, in my honest opinion. But we'll get to that in a minute. We have to stabilize our frame rate first before I continue on. But overall, gameplay-wise, assuming that, you know, when the frame rate's a little more stable, gameplay-wise, the game also plays very smooth. It is very satisfying for someone like me who, like, kind of like tall ship-style combat in my science fiction or science fantasy. You know, for someone who likes that sort of thing, I absolutely love pulling up next to enemy ships and unloading with my pulsars and my shotgun cannons and everything. I love doing that. That's a lot of fun. Please don't, no, get farther away from that explosion. No, you twit. Okay, we weren't as close as I thought. Explosions will damage you like in the original game, I should add. Anyway, okay. I'm gonna reload my capacitor there, gonna punch it so that I can get close to the station and start riddling it full of holes. So let's get my strike craft and my fighters fighting here. Wait, actually, are they called strike craft here? Wait, which one's strike? Yeah, strike craft are the smaller ships. And okay, anyway. Okay, anyway, moving on. Alright, as you can see, it's stabilized a bit now. There's not an extra ship flying around. And, okay. Gotta pull away. My shields have gone down because there's too many lasers on that station. Actually, are my ships... Yeah, they're set to engage. So, you know, engage, please. Engage, please, fight. Oh, no, they're trying to dock again. That's right. Because they need to resupply and repair and everything, so... Assuming not destroyed outright, but I'll just, you know, produce new fighters when that happens. Alright. Anyway, the gameplay, though, is very... The gameplay also is very smooth, though, you know? Like it generally... Like, it's a little confusing if you're not used to it. But overall, the game feels very intuitive. It runs, you know, it's very smooth. You know, when you pull up next to starships, you know, it feels like, you know, it feels like you're, like, really, like you're dealing with momentum and everything. You're trying to figure out what the best way to... like, fight the enemy is. You can also play in different ways. You can, like, right now, my ship is kind of a hybrid carrier and close-range fighter. You are in the way, Miss Kilkbobs. You just got hit by that. It is your own damn fault, not mine. That was not my fault at all. You got in the way of that missile. Okay? Okay? Okay, madam? You're also stuck on the enemy station, which is exploding. You might want to get away before it kills you. You're not going to get away, are you? You're totally not going to get away. You did not get away! Good job, Kilkobs. Kilkobs, not Kilkbobs. Kilkobs. Wait for it. Wait for it. And boom. That was your fault for being an incompetent pilot. But yes, as you can tell, when large things explode in this game, though, the explosions are also delightful, you know? The way things kind of have these chain reactions and everything looks absolutely fantastic and stupendous and marvelous. Alright, I'm gonna loot all this stuff right here. Lots of useful things. Dr. Kane isn't happy with me. Well, it's a shame that I don't care about your opinion, Dr. Kane. Alright, so... let's see. Also, on top of all the gameplay and all the visuals and everything, also just generally the audio is fantastic. The way that the audio they use and everything, it's not really intrusive. All the weapons have unique sounds. Different explosions have unique sounds. You know, bigger ships will explode for longer, and more will explode on them. You know, it all looks and sounds very marvelous, frankly. That being said, the game, in terms of gameplay, the game is very solid. The game works very well in terms of its gameplay. You know, it looks good, sounds good, and everything. But at this current state, I don't know how much more has to be added to the game. From my personal feelings, it doesn't seem like they have that much more to add. You know, there's some things they obviously are going to add. They're probably going to flesh out some aspects of the game. But again, the game is very complete, so I don't know how much is going to get added in the end. But that being said, the game does feel like it has some weaknesses right now. For one, the story. Believe it or not, the game, even though it's very humorous and tongue-in-cheek, there's lots of one-liners, there's lots of humorous dialogue and everything that's utilized in the... Oh, what am I doing? I forgot to scavenge that. Hold on. Hold on. What? Yeah, I need to go back and scavenge that. Oh, no, wait. Fix that. Now we're gonna gun our engines because we gotta scavenge all that nonsense there. All right, scavenge it. Go for it. Go for it. Oh no! Who's under attack there? It's one of my people. I don't appreciate my people getting attacked. Oh no! It's Fuxor. We're gonna save you, Fuxor. Never mind. You're outnumbered 3-1. I don't think that's gonna go well for me either, and I have the most powerful ship in the entire faction. Alright, so, first of all, story-wise, though. First of all, the story is lackluster. Compared to the first one, in a weird sort of way, was kind of epic in scope. Which is surprising, again, because the game is very tongue-in-cheek, very humorous, very amusing, you know? The game, though, definitely has a weakness in that this story is not all that impressive. Like, it follows on from the previous story, and I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that, greatly. But, at the same time, at the same time, it doesn't have the same charm, I guess. You know, the story doesn't have that same charm, and that's a shame, honestly. You know, it doesn't have the same. You know, you're traveling to this mysterious galactic core, which is sealed off for some reason, only to discover there's zombies everywhere. You know that sort of shocking revelation, so to speak. I mean, you'd expect there to be zombies, but it's a shocking revelation for the characters, and you actually kind of understand it. You got to get it, and it doesn't have emotional pull per se, but it definitely has weight still. It still is an interesting twist for the characters. You don't get that here. And the story kind of has weird pacing as well. You know, where the game putters along in many ways, it's pacing like it putters at points, and it speeds up at points. It's better overall compared to the zombie ambush. That's great. It's better than the original game, which had a lot of downtime, but it's still kind of awkward in the way it's executed. It still has awkward execution. Go away, zombies! I had to kill this guy first for attacking Sam, Samantha Homestar. It was kind of weird, really. She's weird. She's a weird captain. She's very, very weird. Honestly, that's just, you know. That's just, I mean, maybe that's just how she is, but it doesn't change the fact that she's weird, in fact. You know, in fact, how is Sam doing now I think about it? Is she holding out back there? Because I'm pretty sure she's engaged the zombies, while I've engaged Captain Crabappleson here. I am currently pushing his ship, by the way. I am currently ramming and pushing his ship away from the failgate, which is what he's trying to use to escape, and I succeeded. I managed to get him away from the... Oh, okay. My little toxic bomb there is just doing a really weird arc. Whoa, it just exploded there. Okay, whatever. Whoa, whoa! My reticule is not even on the ship, jeez. Sam, are you doing okay over there? Do I have to come over there and babysit you? Because I don't... Because, remember, we had to talk about this. We had to talk about how much I have to babysit you. Come on, Sam. You've already lost 2 territories for me. I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate Sam all that much. Gonna reload my capacitor while I'm closing. Capacitor, by the way, just for the record, is what you use to, you know, charge your weapons and shots and so forth in your shields. And so having your capacitor fully charged as you enter... Sam got defeated. Well, that was great. I was here to save Sam, and Sam got defeated. Sam, you shame us all with your, weakness. Alright, so we're just gonna disable the zombies here, and then I'm just gonna spend a little bit of time talking, because otherwise I am not gonna focus properly to finish what I'm doing right now. You know, also I think you also just need more, like, clear examples of gameplay. Incidentally, it is worth noting that another good point to this game that I forgot to mention is that the other captains kind of move independently, act independently. Their battle AI is a bit stupid, but overall, the other AI captains are very, you know, are a nice touch. You know, they basically behave like the player, if a little less smart about it. You know, they join factions, they fight for factions, they fight each other. It all works out very well. Agamom, bomb fighters. Okay, this is a new kind of nose section for a ship. For the record. Collect. Okay, don't want anything else out of that pile, so I'm gonna go back to my capital. While I'm doing that, I imagine this course of story is lackluster. It's not bad, but it's not great either. Basically, is my point. You know, it's not great. It hasn't done much really to excite me or thrill me or make me feel I'm doing anything really great compared to the first game. And in all fairness, it's not fair to compare a sequel to its prequel, you know, so strictly that you expect the exact same experience. I don't think that's ever been I don't think that's a fair comparison, because they're going to be different simply by the nature of the fact that one is new compared to, you know, that they're 2 different stories. They tell 2 different stories. You know, that alone is reason enough to understand that, you know, they're going to be different, and you know they're not going to evoke the same feelings. You know, this is the exact reason that you know the original Star Wars trilogy movies do not feel the same compared to one another, because they're all different movies telling different stories. So it's not fair for me to judge it like make a direct comparison between Space Pirates and Zombies 1 to Space Pirates and Zombies 2. But at the same time, it still lacks the same strength that Space Pirates and Zombies 1 had, in my opinion. Now we get down to customization. Here, if you go into the customization screen, you can see that basically you could disassemble and reassemble your ship as you see fit. You can add different modules onto it, and basically make it look any way you want. You know, basically make it look any way you want based on the parts you have. You know, for example, I can detach this nose, which has attack fighters, and replace it with the Agamom I got, which has bomb fighters. And you can replace it with different modules and different weapons, and different modules and different weapons do different damage to different parts of it. You know, to different aspects of a ship. Laser weapons do more laser and ion weapons do damage to shields. Let's see here. Like physical weapon, like certain weapons, I'm not really sure here. Yeah, okay, so physical weapons or pulse weapons, stuff like that, they do damage to armor. This is just like in the first game, by the way. You know, explosive weapons do best damage to the main hull. But I feel like this is kind of a mixed bag, because one of the things I absolutely loved about Space Pirates and Zombies 1 was the ability to make your own fleet. Once you found all the schematics for different ships, you can make your own fleet. And I thought that was really cool, because I'm the kind of person, because obviously I'm a strategy player, and I love making things like armies and fleets and commanding them in battle. And I thought the strategic aspect of the original game was much better than the aspect in this game, because the only aspect really here you have is deciding how your mothership is configured, and then it's no, stop hitting escape, you idiot. Star map, do not hit remove all parts. And then deciding which of these ships here in this list of your strike craft are going to assist you. But there's not nearly the same variety of strike craft as there were, like, just vessels in general in the original game, and I think that's a weakness in this one. You know, the lack of variety. Maybe they plan on adding more, especially more ships from the original game, because there's only a handful of ships right now. And I feel like that might be something they're eventually going to, address, adding in additional ships and overall making them better. Because I liked the variety. I loved the fleet variety in the original game. I loved that aspect because it was so much fun. It was so much fun to fly around with your fleet, with your fleet customized the way you want it, with with different ships and different weapons. That was a lot of fun, and that aspect is pretty much gone because the only ship you can really customize now is your mothership, and that is to the game's detriment, in my honest opinion. That being said, though, again, the ability to hi, Mr. Stunner. The ability to so precisely adjust your main ship's ability, ability to actually fight, is a boon to the game. Something I always missed, something I always wish was in the original game, frankly, was that the clockwork, and then, the clockwork 2, I always wish that it appeared more in combat, made engagements larger, gave them a little more importance, but you didn't really get that because it was always out of the action. It was always at the, the heart of the system, which was, oh, I can't sell that. Oh. Jeez, there's so little scrap here. Gosh, it's like, wow, I have not found a better yacht than, because that yacht's very low value given that there's 1-star ships that come in above it. But oh crap. Okay, I'm just gonna go on to the minor conglomerate capital, because I think that's better. I hear an ice cream truck. Okay. Anyway. That said, I do... Whoa, what the fuck happened to you, Lindsay Grindo? Whoa, your face. Something happened to her face, and it was not a happy time. Whoa. Whoa, that's everything that can go wrong with cyborg implants right there. That's all the things that can go wrong with cyborg implants. Also, I gotta get rid of a lot of my goons. Holy crap. I am bleeding res in part because my goons are eating food synthesized from res. Alright, moving on. The captains. The captains are a mixed bag as well. The captains suffer from a lot of... What's the word? The captains just suffer from a lot of I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but like basically their AI is a little poor right now. In combat they're a little weak, and what they do is a little on the repetitive side, I guess. Like they behave like the player, you know, when their ships are damaged, they go off to star bases to repair like I do. You know, when they run out of res, they go off to bases to resupply, and they take supplies from those bases. You know, they steal supplies from these you know, these cloning colonies and these res fields and the scrap fields. You know, they do all of those things that, you know, the player has to do as well, which is great, which is cool. But they don't feel terribly smart about it, and it doesn't feel like the AI captains have much chance to grow. You know, they don't do much in terms of like growing and actually becoming more of a threat. You know, the only captains that are really a threat are faction leaders. You know, like Cybermutt and so forth. They're the only ones that are really actually threats to me, which is unfortunate. Hi, friend. We're gonna fight you, and your allies are gonna reinforce you. I might be able to beat this. I'm outnumbered 3-1, but I outclassed their ships by a factor of like 3. All three their ships by a factor of 3. So okay, I just gotta be quick about it. That's all I gotta do. The one thing is that they will definitely only be able to do less damage to me. Okay, got one ship down already because that acid bomb I hit him with is gonna definitely like really screw up his ship. It's a very powerful weapon and should never be underestimated. Okay, I don't want to shoot these explosive barrels until more enemy ships are in the field, so... Oh, now I want to shoot it, though, because that one's right there. And I can't hit him. I can't hit him. I can't hit him. By the way, these used to be regular captains, I should point out. All the zombie captains, they used to be regular captains. You know, once upon a time. And then they got infected by the zombie plague, and oh gosh, my shields are down and I'm getting infected. Okay, I gotta pull out a bit. Gotta pull out. Gotta find me some shields. Or at least new armor, I guess? That's fine. Because my ship could take a beating, but it's gonna take too much of a beating. Oh, my engines are gone. I lost my engines. Which means I lost one of my fighter squadrons. Oh, I'm gonna order my strike craft to handle... Hey, go away, jerk. Again, though, captains, not as challenging as they ought to be, I think. Not just in terms of regular tactical combat, but just in general, I just don't think they are quite smart enough to really... Like, really be as compelling. Like, they don't really feel like another player... Like, they don't feel like they're emulating the players well enough. Oh, my shields. Oh, gosh, infections. Infection. Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to retreat after this. I was gonna attack that starbase while it was still weak, but my ship is very badly hurt right now. Okay, sad jester. No, not poor sad jester. We don't want the jester to be sad. Yes, we do, because the jester is my enemy, and we need him to be murdered. Alright, I need my strike craft and fighters, whatever I've left, to go after that. Okay, got him. Gonna wrap around him, gotta punch the engines. I know I don't have any engines. Just so I can get around him. Okay, a lot of enemies, a lot of zombie strike craft. Okay, sad jester's gone. So let babysitting duties, yes. I didn't mean that to target him, but that's good. It's good enough. Okay, we gotta get rid of the remaining zombie craft here. Yeah, but that's a nice big battle, though. That's something I can appreciate, because I'm glad I was able to show it to you, really. Okay, just get that ship. Get that ship. There. No, never mind. I shot it. Where's the rest? It said there was 4 targets up, but there's only... What? Whatever. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Let's just go back to the star map and grinder. Tiller left leech beams. Tiller right as cannons, if we could disinfect that. I like the idea of having cannons, but they seem less effective than shotguns, given my love of getting into close range, but I'm not sure. It wouldn't be bad since there's 6 cannons on that. That'd be a very powerful weapon battery to have, so... Alright, let's take everything first of all. Scavenge. Scavenge. Oh, there's not much there. I probably shouldn't have done that. Collect that. Okay, we're gonna have to go back into minor territory for now. Where is Zombie Alpha? Who might be a character you recognize if you played the original game. Where's Zombie Alpha? He's gonna be the most powerful zombie on the map, but that's definitely not gonna be him. Yeah, because that's that. Let's see, Zombie Alpha. Where are you, Zombie Alpha? All right, Score. I'm just gonna check through the faction info. Previous. Nope. Really, zombies are the one right after that. Oh, he was defeated recently. Okay. Yeah, but in order for a sick ship. Alert! The mothership is sick with an infection. I do not want to die. That's not as funny as it sounds. I'm a horrible person. Alright. Yeah, so you have to... Our people die when we try to fix our ship from infection or just from general repairs. Okay, gonna fix that up real quick. Who's here? Okay, move to that. We're gonna fight the starbase before Zombie Alpha can get to it. Alright. Where's my engine bay? Why don't I have my engines? Where's my engines? This game's a little weird at times, gotta be honest. Like, I should have my engines right now. I really genuinely should. I fixed the ship. It means that the engine should be reattached. Come on, I wouldn't keep them unattached like an idiot. That's something that should... It's like if you auto repair a part, it's like it should be fixed right away, really. Alright, so... Onward to the more negative parts of the game. One of the chief problems of the game, I honestly think, is that even more so than the original game, it feels more repetitive. There's a lot more repetition in this game. Oh, by the way, notice the zombies explode in showers of blood. Something else I can appreciate. It just tends to look cool. Okay, nothing there. No scavengeables there. Okay, gotta assemble the ship because we didn't get our engines back on. Alright. Get on there. Get on there. There we go. Alright, let's just switch up the shotguns for a bit so you can see some different weapons in action, I guess. Anyway, yes. The ship... No, what? No. The game feels even more repetitive than the original game, frankly. I have lost a lot of goons. I gotta get me some more goons. I'm gonna get some goons out of there. Because I have insufficient goons to run the ship properly, that's the problem. Sorry! I gotta ransack it.
Added to cargo.
I should probably just go back to my capital for this, but whatever. Like, once you've played one battle, and in many ways it feels like you've played them all. That being said, is not necessarily a bad thing. And, what? No, I didn't want to go to the junkyard. No, stop doing the wrong keys, you idiot. That's not necessarily a bad thing, is my point, because the battles are still fun. They're not boring. The problem is that there's not a lot of diversity and content in them overall. So if you get bored really easily, the battles aren't gonna... I don't think the battles are really gonna keep you interested. Because there's not as much diversification, you know? It's like, 4 motherships fly in, 1 or 2 fly out, or 3, depending on who has the advantage in numbers. You know, but at the same time, the battles, there's not as much variety, because it's not like you're like pouring fleets in anymore. It's centered entirely around the motherships. There's a limited number of strike craft you can use, and it just lacks the same level. It lacks the same scope that the original game has, and that can get a little repetitive at times. You know, and there's also just not that much variety in terms of things to do. You loot, you fight, and you fight. And that is also detrimental, I think. You know, like in the original game, you could explore around a map in order to find, what was it? Not intel, I think, but, you know, the resource experience, the experience resource, basically. You could look around to find res and goons if you were really bored, generally. But you could look around for these things, and sometimes you would find a mother lode in a random map for no other reason than it's just there. And that was to the game's credit. You know, that was very much to the game's credit. It was... You know, it was a good thing that you could do that you could look around. There was a sense of exploration to the game. And not just on the minor scale, on the macro scale as well. And, you know, as big as the galaxies could get sometimes, as tediously big as the galaxies could get, depending on your settings, the game had a lot more to it in terms of exploration. Like, whenever you moved to different systems, it felt like you were making like this leap to discover new things, discover new resources to help you grow, to help your ship grow. You know, there was a lot more options in terms of growing your ship as well. And it made exploration and it made fulfilling that sense of exploration, it was more grand, basically. And that's missing from this game, you know? In this game, it's very easy to explore the entire galaxy, and this is all there is. And it's very easy to explore the entire galaxy in the early game, and then there's really nothing else to find. And that is underwhelming. That's underwhelming, and it's a little disappointing, honestly. I don't know if they plan on expanding upon that, or if it, you know, if it's just it just happens to be an incomplete feature. And if it is, that's great. That's fine. You know, I look forward to seeing more. But right now, it's definitely underwhelming. You know, it's definitely underwhelming, and I don't know, because I guess I can't really see, like, how they can grow it more than it is now. Because right now the game feels very polished. It's very tight. It's very concise, you know, and it seems like there'll be a fine line between making the game too small, like making the game too bogged down with too much information, like the original game, and keeping it as it is now, because I like how smooth it is, but I'm not the biggest fan of how light it feels. You know, streamlining has its downsides, basically. Now, all that being said, all those negatives aside, in my general opinion, I think the game is good. I think the game works. I think the game looks good, it plays well. It's definitely a fun sequel. It's not... You know, it's not like Space Pirates and Zombies was ruined by the introduction of different mechanics, changes to mechanics, and so forth. And I'm certain that there will be more to come. I am absolutely certain that there will be more to come for this game, and I look forward to it. I look forward to it because Min-Max Games did a good job with their first game, and they've done a good job with their second game. It feels like their second game... Right, Lindsay, right. We're just gonna stop looking at your face. It's slightly nauseating. Oh, crap, they took it back already. Whoopsie. I forgot to build something new there, like a complete dingus. Whoopsie. Anyway, right. Completely erased that. And honestly, though, as a fan of the original Space Pirates and Zombies, I can recommend this game again. I can recommend this game. I can recommend trying it out in this early access alpha, if only to give feedback to the developers, you know, try to verify some of my claims, see if some of my claims are unfair or unjustified and stuff. I can highly recommend that. You know, if you're the kind of person who waits for a full release, I can see you doing that as well. It feels like the game needs a little more fleshing out. It feels like it needs a little more It needs a little more than it has right now. At any rate, I want to thank you for watching this sort of play review thing that I did here. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that I wasn't completely incoherent. I hope that I managed to actually give you a sense of what the game is about and managed to actually complete more than a single thought during the entire game. And if I did, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Also, be sure to check the links in the description below for links to... What? If you did enjoy this video, be sure to check to leave a... If you like this video, be sure to... If you like my commentary in this video, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below to tell me what I did right and what I did wrong. In general, you don't really have to tell me about my kind of lack of focus sort of thing. Like, unless you have, like, a really particular way, like, I could probably rectify it, I'd appreciate it. But in general, as we all know, when I try to talk in the middle of doing something, I just don't do it. I do not multitask well at all. I cannot talk and do something at the same time without botching it severely. Which means I probably should have made this... I probably should have pre-recorded this audio and played the game separately. But that would have caused a bit of, I think, a little bit of a disconnect overall. And really, it reminded me to actually... It reminded me to talk about some things, you know, actually talking, you know, after doing that, helped me to remember to talk about some aspects of the game that I would have otherwise forgotten. But hey, if you have any tips and advice, feel free to mention them to me at the same time. You know, I'm not against that either. At any rate, also check the links in the description below for links to my Twitter and Facebook pages, Extra Light 2016. And I will catch you next time for probably actual gameplay again. Maybe enter the dungeon. See if I can't progress more in that, you know, that involves a lot of luck. Until next time, everybody. Alright, these guys, I'm gonna write home to all their mamas, and I'm gonna tell their mamas just how shameful they were defending their city. That they did not fight to the death against me. I mean, fighting to the death. Why is every building damaged for 1%? What the hell? Yeah, like in here though, you know, like I gotta tell little Ricky's mama just how embarrassing he was trying to protect his city, and they're gonna be ashamed.